Alright, so we're back here with the Falcon VI Part 2. I'm going to be landing the spacecraft back at the KFC runway, which should be pretty interesting. But I have done it before. It's actually very easy. You'd be surprised. So what you're going to want to do if you want to land, you want to line yourself up with the beginning of this desert. So you just kind of put yourself right over it. Want to be careful so that you don't fly over it, because you want to be as precise as possible. So there I am, over it. So I undock and I get this weird thing where it flips out of control, but actually it is to my benefit because I start flying towards retrograde, which is where I want to go. So just line myself up. You can see I kind of waited a bit too long because I'm kind of already flying over that desert, but it's okay. It's alright. So I'm just gonna start burning right now. And it's not that long of a burn because you don't have to, well, you really don't have to burn that much. But there goes the space station in the distance. So what you want to do when you're burning retrograde is you just want to burn until your path is right under that little island there off the KFC. You'll see it. You just put your where you put your path right, like adjacent to that island right there, and then you cut your engines. I tried to make a little adjustments for the fact that I did it a bit late, but that's all you have to do. You just line it up with the island. This is at a 300-kilometer orbit. I have no idea how it'll work at any other orbits, but that's just how I figured out how to do it at the 300. It's a lot different if you're at any other altitude. But I'm getting ready to just fly back into the atmosphere of Kerbin. And once you get in it, there is no avionics package, but what you do have is an ASAS, obviously. So you kind of have to, when you want to make a turn, you have to turn the AS off. But it's not that bad, really. You can do it a couple times. But make a quick save when you're at the space station, because you might mess up, and if you mess up, it's a long process getting all the way back, and so just save there, and then even if you land, just go back to your quick save and land again so you can get some practice. But I'm just trying to look for the KSC here. I can't see it yet. But so what you want to do when you're coming in is just face about prograde, and there's KSC in the distance. But face prograde, really depending on where you want to go. If it's kind of far away, face a little bit higher. But if it's kind of closer to you, just tilt lower. But really, just face as close to prograde as possible. And don't start trying to turn until I did it a bit early, but once you start hearing the sound of the atmosphere, that's really when you're going to want to start turning, because that's when you're going to be getting all the air force that you can get. So now would be about a good time to turn. I did it a bit early. But, so it's pretty simple. You just kind of line yourself up with it. And right now, if I was to keep going at this speed, I would fly right over it, but I'm slowing down very fast. Getting like 3 Gs of deceleration. So there it is, coming up now. I tend to get a little bit of lag when I'm going through this phase where I'm going straight through the atmosphere, but it's not that bad. It's obviously I was recording, so it's actually, if I'm just playing the game, it's not bad at all. But once I was recording, it was pretty ridiculous. But anyways, so now that now we're getting into these upper atmospheres, or no, lower atmosphere, sorry, you're gonna want to start making these fine adjustments. You want to get as close to the center dash as possible, which is actually really, really hard. Because once you start getting so low in the atmosphere, everything is so fragile. You tap the E key, and your thing starts moving 10 feet to the left or to the right. So, anyways, you want to line yourself up, like I said. If you don't get it your first time, it's okay. I had to do it about 5 times, and then I kind of started getting the hang of it. And if you really want to be all professional, you can do a little U-turn, but that's pretty hard. So I'm just coming in here. You want to drop your wheels at about 1,000 meters, but I kind of screwed that up, and I kind of panicked because the G key wasn't working, but I got them to go. And so there we are, 500 meters, 400 meters coming in, and right now it looks like I'm doomed, but you kind of pitch up slowly. 200 meters, and at the last second that looked really crappy, but you can make it a little bit more smooth. So anyways, here I'm kind of doing the last minute adjustments. As you can see, I'm barely tilting to the left and I'm moving quite fast. So you want your vertical movement to be as slow as possible, really. But there we go, touchdown. And I screwed the front wheel touchdown. I just let go of ASAS and it just dropped me. Probably not the best way to do things. But anyways, there I am. I'm landed, and it's not that hard. It's simple. You can do it yourself. So I recommend you go try it. And I will see you next time in the next video.